as you can see in the upper right-hand corner, Walsh is late,
as usual,
as always. We're just going to leave that there instead of having it so you guys can see, so it like seems like a smooth transition. You're going to see how late Walsh actually is. I mean, I think we started like
Walsh actually is. I mean, I think we started like 30 seconds early.
Whoa,
that's weird. What
was that?
Probably my stuff messing up.
Is there
Testing.
a delay?
1, 2, 3.
Welcome. Shadow Man, what's up, dude?
30 minutes ago.
Is he hitting us with wizards already?
Yeah, getting us some wizards.
He did.
Shadow Man, did you catch the shout out in our first Every Man's Arsenal podcast? Because we did. We shouted you out. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt getting pumped watching favorite past videos. We got some folks pre-gaming at Prepper Book Club with some Wizard. What's up, Prepper?
Yes. Oh, I got
Croak
something
is in the
cool
house.
I need to go get.
Let's see if I just commented on Twitter. Curious to see if it's going to show up on here. Oh, see, look at that, guys. 2 minutes into the live. There's Walshy Poo.
And
Cody,
your mic's
could
off.
be so jealous.
Oh, it's not off. It's just far away.
There we go.
Hey, Cody, look at this.
What are we doing? What are we looking at? How can we get to the comments?
Was it a koozie?
Yeah, but it's 3A body armor.
Oh, they're there.
What?
Yeah, it's 3A body armor koozie, and it has a bottle opener shoved into here.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. Sean gave it to me.
Michael probably forgot that the rest of the country moved back an hour, so when the live wasn't at 6:30 for me, I got worried.
Oh, are he in Arizona?
Yep.
Hey, so I had a good reason to be late, and I think you guys
I doubt it.
kind of what I was working on.
Coffee? Coffee
Well, no, I was late because of the coffee, but yes. But what I don't know why.
You got Prepper Book Club says Cody's stacking beds back there.
Prepper, that's a sound deadening device. It's not a bed anymore. Okay.
Croak says no chat option for Twitter in browser. So I'm in Google Chrome, and I can see the chat box.
Weird. Hey, I'm gonna share my screen just for a second so people can see this.
Oh gosh.
You gonna share a picture of your coffee?
Oh, is this sales, but they didn't say Black Friday, so we can't post some sales?
Yeah.
So you guess whose butt hurt?
Oh. It's Joe. Joe's the one that's butthurt. So Joe had some deals already. I put them up here as placeholders. We do have our general deals that we do post to, but we're trying to get just the main Black Friday ones. So when each one of the teammates has one, I'm going to try and update it on here and kind of show it off. Leave it off for you. So it's on the main TLD page. I'm going to try and link it in most of the videos coming up. But if you also, as viewers, have stuff, let us know. We'll throw it up here. Maybe we can have just like a viewers link or something. That way we can show everything.
Yeah, and I don't know. What did you do,
Is
Walsh?
it new that we each have a deal thing?
How do you remove that?
Is that new?
Yeah, well, it's kind of new. I've never thought of it before, but I think it's like I'm kind of thinking like the top deals, like those are the main things that you think are probably the coolest ones out. Maybe we have the same ones. Like, hey, they all think this is the best one, or like because Joe's.
Oh, you're gonna put them underneath us? Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, there'll be.
Oh yeah, I'm winning this competition.
Oh yeah. So there's gonna be like there'll be like maybe like your top deal you can have like 2 or 3. Maybe we'll see like 3, and then have like all your others. So you guys can just. So I figured, Cody, Joe's gonna pour out like 1 million. So maybe we give us some.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have quality over quantity.
That's true.
Yeah. Every single one that I sent was quality. Okay.
They're all,
yeah.
They're all quality.
The Scorpion for $600.
But like four of the links didn't work. Quality.
That's because Walsh doesn't know how to click on a link. I guess I went to the Google browser. I clicked the
that's what it was.
Whatever
the
website link. I hit copy and I hit paste.
If you look at the links that Joe submitted in the chat, they were like 1 million characters long.
Yeah, whenever they come into
whatever Google had up there.
This is what Primary Arm says. Internal error. An internal error has occurred. Like I don't know what that is.
I copied it off of Google when I was looking
Oh, hello.
I know what it is. It wasn't a Black Friday sale, so it didn't count.
It didn't count. Well, I said in the
Yeah, it
thing, I'm
didn't
like,
say
hey, I'm
Black
going
Friday.
to make a Black Friday deals page. And you're like, oh, okay, I got a ton there. Like, oh, I'll put them up for
Yeah,
ready to go.
Veterans Day weekend, dude. There are all kinds of sales right now.
Not Black Friday.
Not Black Friday.
could-
That's why it didn't work.
We can still. I still put them up though. I still did put them up. I just put that they're all our picks because I didn't have any for.
Dude, that 22 for $99.
Prepper Book Club. At least Walsh has some gear on. Good work, sir.
See, look at that.
Which
Yeah,
I
good.
was
have
it? The Rise
I have a
trigger
TLD
for
shirt on though.
Oh, that's good.
89.
Joe's got a
sorry.
very veteran-y shirt on.
Sorry, Duke of Tennessee.
Dude,
says,
my beer has level 3 armor. Beat that.
We should try to shoot your beer bottle.
We
yeah,
should.
that's what we should do. It's X now, sir. Twitter's dead. The Musk man killed it. You're
But
right.
how come
mistake.
if I'm gonna go to X, I type in twitter.com?
I was just gonna say the same thing.
I don't do
Isn't
that.
that interesting?
I don't.
And
Wizard Jimothy.
Wait,
Hey,
I type in X.
CCW 22LR. So for those of you that missed it last week, we had the Wheel of Disappointment, and the winner won an interview for our podcast, and CCW 22LR was the winner. So we actually recorded our podcast, and it's going to go live on the 21st.
oh,
And we found
the
out who
Everyman- Everyman's
CCW
Arsenal.
22LR is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
That
a fun
very
podcast,
interesting
man.
story. Yeah.
He's an avid reloader and PRS, like a competition shooter. Had some cool stories.
can I share something real quick?
I don't know. Can you?
I don't know. I'm
Again?
trying to
It
figure out-
depends. Am I going to
Yeah,
be able
yeah.
to make fun of you for it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, then yes, please.
Ismail Gabula. He
Okay.
emailed me back after his winnings. He said, I hope all is well. I actually received the package yesterday, the plate carrier, but I've not been able to open it until today. This thing is amazing, and extra goodies you packed in are awesome. I threw in it was like a ton of like literal random things on the floor. There was like an Olight patch that got stuck to something else that got tossed in. Oh, it was just randoms.
Toenail clippings.
He goes, and with so he said it fits great and the weight distribution is awesome. With the way the shoulder pads are, I'm easily able to shoulder my rifle. This tells me though he did not
He's
reconfigure
tiny.
it. He's the size of
He
my
is
wife.
tiny.
Yeah.
He is tiny.
Once again, thank you so much. I appreciate that all you guys do. Keep up the good work. Gabagool is Mel Gabula. He did also share I'm going to put this on our socials too because it's awesome. He did
It's
this.
cool. CCW 22LR. Beer through a straw is a classy damn move, Joe.
Yeah.
Yep. Got to, man. There's only slits here.
How does was it Prepper that you
Delicious.
had to wait 2 years to get the patch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That must really upset him because that person
Got
got
this
their
so
stuff
fast.
like right away.
Yeah.
Prepper Book Club. Gabagoo. So Walsh and I were talking about this. What's fun is like this inside joke, and he didn't get offended by it. Like when he sent the email, oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, he's got it all set up. I'm gonna put it on. Look. See the Olight patch? Like you put it on,
Oh yeah.
and like I think we got this random patches, Jason, when we were at SHOT Show.
Shot show, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a bunch of random stupid garbage. Okay, sorry, you were saying.
No, I was just saying like Gabagool, he responded in the email, he called himself that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is kind of funny.
Yeah.
What a cool
what are you
dude.
trying to break now.
You gotta have respect for somebody that can laugh at themselves. So
Oh yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
awesome
much
because
respect.
he actually says like when he signed, like 'cause I signed it at the bottom, I was like Gabagool exclamation point Walsh, and he comes back and he's like Gabagool exclamation point Ismail Gabula, like his name like all spelled wrong.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt says, start posting grocery sales for Black Friday.
Yeah,
Tell
no
me
joke.
about it, man. Tell me about it. So we
I
all
think
need.
it's so funny too.
Whoa.
We hear about that. Me and my wife
Dang.
about how like there's all this inflation and all this stuff, but like grocery stores are like third quarter record profits. It's like, oh yeah, it's weird. Yeah, there's a lot of inflation,
Yeah.
but yet everybody's profits are up to higher than COVID. Like it's
Yeah,
pretty
inflation,
cool.
dude. They have to make more money to pay all their bills.
Yeah.
CCW 22LR. Love that Ishmael Gigolo feller.
Hey, when
Did
is
y'all see what y'all
22
caused Shadow Man to do?
What did he
No,
do
what do you do? Oh my gosh. Shadow Man,
Your
$10
boy-
super chat says, I can't stay long tonight. I have a 24-hour shift tomorrow on my part-time EMS job. So far, I have 72 hours of part-time work on top of the 50 hours overtime at my full-time job. So I'm having fun.
Dang,
He had to get a
dude, I
part-time
thought I
job
had
to
it
pay
rough.
for
I'm
his.
not. Yeah, I'm not gonna
TLD
complain
addiction.
for like a solid 2 weeks just because of that comment. After that, I'm back game on. But 2 weeks, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I thought
I love
doing-
that. Cody's like, he's got to get a part-time job just to pay for all of his super chats to TLD.
Yeah.
Hey, when
His
is
wife is going to put a
TLR's
lockdown on that.
Yeah,
Yep.
got until that. When is the new podcast going to come out?
The 21st.
21st. Okay, just double check.
Yeah, so the first
Isn't
and
it the
third
first and
Tuesday.
third Tuesdays?
Yep.
Just double
So
check.
the 7th was ours and the 21st will be the next one.
That'd be cool. And it was pretty cool. I think everybody probably saw it, but we did like one of them, and we're going to share a bunch more. But like that AI thing you had that cuts it up,
Oh, yeah.
kind of like it was very able to share like different bits of our chats. Everything it turned out
Okay,
really,
so-
really well.
I'm on that thing where I put YouTube video on the drive home and just listen to them. So your guys went perfect. I made it all the way home and missed like 3 minutes at the end, but it got me all the way home, and I knew all the story. I knew everything, all the answers. I knew them as Jason asked them, and I was still drawn into that. Like I know both of you guys personally, and I was still very interested in it. So
Yeah, it was
good job.
It was a fun one. Even when we were done with it, we were like, dude, that like we got way deeper into stuff than we meant to, I think.
Yeah.
But it was
Well,
good chat though.
that good job for Jason. I know you didn't do anything on it, so good job, Jason.
I just sat there.
I know my wife. I had my wife listen to it, and she was like, "I think you talk too much." And so that kind of worried me because I want it to be about whoever I'm interviewing. So I listened to it again and like pulled out a stopwatch. Every time I talked, I was like, "Okay, stop." So out of 40, I think it was 45 minutes long. I talked for 19 minutes. So that means Walsh talked for 26.
That's perfect.
Walsh talked. Yeah, that's what I thought. I liked more.
A lot of walls.
More
Well,
than
I
me.
mean, right off the bat, you asked Walsh a question, and then Walsh went off the deep end on why we're doing this interview. And I'm like, Walsh, that's Jason's job to explain that.
True.
Oh well.
No.
Um,
All joking aside, it went really good. I liked it.
Cool. Bourbon Operator says, hey, finally caught another live. Welcome back, man.
What up?
Nice.
Croak, public service announcement. Pick up your nail clippings or witches can use it to cast spells on you. The more you know. We're past Halloween now, so their witches don't exist for another year.
Yeah. Like
True.
But I
Ooh,
didn't know that.
Midwest Frank. He says, got my can today and couldn't be more excited about it.
Where
What?
That's
Halloween Street was.
Hey, look at who it is. Gabagool himself. As someone who is
Oh.
6'1", I had to reconfigure it to fit me. LOL.
He saw us like,
Damn.
he's shaped like my wife. Like, no, I'm not.
No.
Bro, I was gonna say if
Complete
he's
opposite.
6'1" and he was able to put that on,
Like,
Dude, it was like
Like
two
that
2x4s
plate
and
here,
a bowling ball on top.
like it couldn't have popped. Like it was so
He's a
smacked
cartoon
out.
character.
It fit in the bag perfect. I'm like, there you go. From the box. It's all smashed down.
Okay, so what do you do with your toenail clipping? I normally throw mine away, but then Witchin can get them out of the trash, right? So what do? Eat them?
Nope. The trick is, and my wife loves this. You put them in your pocket, and then when you wash your clothes, your wife takes care of it.
bro.
Put your fingernail clippers in your pocket?
Oh, you just-
What kind of psychopath are
Who
you?
does that?
If I did laundry and found toenail clipping, I would give them to a witch.
They come down here right
Deal
now.
with this.
Why
Deal
do
with
you
this.
do that?
Croak says, damn, Cody's going to the mattresses.
Is that really your
Uh,
sound deadening device?
Yeah, it's a sound deadening device. Don't I sound a lot crisper in here?
It
Dude,
does.
you
yeah.
sound
There's like less
Yeah.
reverb. Are we gonna see pretty soon? You're gonna have like a whole like cool like foam wall soon.
yeah.
Yeah,
Your
I have
favorite
3 more
libertarian
mattresses
says,
coming.
cool new nickname for Cody, mattress operator.
That mattress has seen some operations.
I bet.
Jeez,
Harry
that
says,
helps.
that's
where
lemonade
we're
on the
at.
mattress, right,
Stop,
Cody?
Joe. Uh-huh. Yes.
So,
Clean.
Cody, what? Okay, let's hear the story. At what point were you like, hold up, let me try this?
Okay, so let me tell you what happened.
Yeah, that's what I want.
We ordered a new mattress. It's
Okay.
the ones that come all rolled up.
Yeah.
Right. So I got home
Which
from
brand?
work.
Which one did you get?
What is it? It'll come to
Nectar,
me.
Helix,
Nectar.
purple.
Nectar.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
So
think that's the one I have.
yeah, this is like the copper one or something. Anyway, I get home from work, I go strip the bed, I pull the mattress off, and I put it in the little hallway right here, and then I'm like, oop, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom, and then I come out, and my wife is like all proud, like, and I'm like, where'd the mattress go? Here it is in my office. And she went and got the other mattress and drug it up to the bedroom. And I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm like, what did you do with the other mattress? She's like, oh, I moved it out of the
Surprise.
way.
Yeah.
Here
Surprise.
it is.
Sound deadening.
Found
Yeah.
it.
And here it stays.
Found it.
Yeah. Found
Yeah.
it.
It's like, where's Waldo with the mattress?
Yeah.
Hey,
get rid of
Croak,
it
gotta
tomorrow.
plug this. Happy Marine Corps birthday. Hope you enjoy your crayons tomorrow, buddy.
I love how it's
And
like,
happy Veterans Day.
Yeah.
it's my favorite thing. They're like, there's recruiting's down too far. We really got to focus, guys, and no more birthday party. Like, whoa,
Oh, I know, I saw
things
that.
are getting serious.
There was a funny quote in our, if I could find it, it was in our Discord.
Because nothing brings up morale like taking away your birthday.
So Croak said in our Discord, he goes, crap, we're going to war. First, an all white guys doing high speed stuff Army recruitment commercial, and now the Corps is running ads on Thursday Night Football, also doing some macho stuff. Like they're not doing diversity commercials anymore. It's like, let's get a bunch of white guys and actually do stuff.
What the?
You can't say that.
What are you talking about?
Hey, you can't say that.
That's what they did.
So I did hear that because of the internet and everybody puts their entire life on the internet nowadays, it is becoming very, very hard to find people that are actually eligible for the military. Because we all did dumb stuff, right? But nobody got caught, so nobody knew. So you can go in, no problem. When you put it all over the internet, then
That's true.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, because like, how many times did you use? The limit's 3. Like,
Prepper
Three.
Wiggler says
never.
mattress-
Okay, well, what is this?
yeah. Mattress operator gonna have that Barry White playing in the background. The dude says can't win a war without white men.
Fact. I mean,
We're getting in trouble tonight.
Yeah. He's like, well, guys, the live chat finally over. We made it to episode 100 something. Like, that's the end of it.
Hey,
My
here's a good
answer is
one.
going to be like, but the guy that said it, I'm Mexican. And they're going to be like, oh, that's even worse that you just said that.
Nick, where you
Nick
at?
Gibson.
Where you at?
Any
dog?
recommendations on training near Omaha? What's that, like Club 88 or something?
So 88 Tactical.
No, not those guys. Okay.
I don't know if I really want to plug them. To be completely honest with you, I think the one that I've been looking at is that one, that Tac Tech one I told you about, Cody, in Jackson. They got their training actually seems pretty legitimate. The prices are more than fair. It's probably about an hour and a half drive from Omaha to their training camp, but it seems
it's
really
just south
cool.
of Sioux City.
I think you should meet
I don't
Walsh
live
at the
there.
range and bring ammo. He works for ammo. So he'll take like 10 minutes and give you like 10 drills that you can work on for
Croak said
at least 10 weeks.
Let's be honest, that's probably way more fun. Like if you want to leave some training, like we could go do stupid stuff and you're gonna be like, wow, I'm way better. Like, you've now been training for an imaginary thing that's not real, but we're ready.
Croak says Omaha needs a range called Wild Kingdom. If you know, you know.
Nah.
It's RevTac. They're like 20 minutes from me.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I really want to go see them. Don't go see
guys.
88. It's kind of
Max Havoc says Shabbat Shalom. Thanks, bud.
Oh, what up,
bro?
Glad you're here.
Midwest and Nick close to us?
Apparently, yeah, those two over there on that side are in that area.
Yeah, we should just go to the. It would be awesome to get some viewers and just go to the range, like get some guests and hit up ENGC and because that's
like
not a good
TLD range day. I know we won't be able to have that.
Where? Oh yeah,
Eastern Nebraska Gun Club.
Yeah, the place. Well, yeah, they're just yeah.
All right.
We don't talk about them.
What happened? What happened?
No,
have you guys?
They They suck at recruiting. So when you go to them and you say, "Hey, I want to bring a large group of people out here. Is it okay?" They say, "No." So that's what happened.
I know nothing.
And then they have tournaments out there, and they let people come in to do tournaments. But okay, I'll get off my soapbox.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hope they don't know who I am.
Can't have your bachelor party there.
I just don't want them to get
frowned
mad.
upon.
That's all that matters.
Cody, I just realized that's a sleepy puppers behind you. I thought it was a blanket.
Yeah, that's Jack. That's
Yeah.
Jack. Give me Jack.
There's almost always one.
All right.
They're all up here.
We're like 5 minutes behind, 6 minutes
Oh.
behind. Time for our YouTube roundup.
Oh, sorry, boss. We're stay on schedule.
So we'll break out the whip, get these people back online, back on schedule.
What did we have last week?
You don't even know, both of them are yours.
I've been not only working on the 2 that I'm doing for Friday and
Technically,
Saturday.
we have 3 things that came out this last week. So the new podcast, which aired on the 7th, we had the Beez Gat Wrap that was last Friday.
Kind of with the whole Predator
And
Gear Week series. Yeah.
Can you get number 3, Walsh?
I'm looking at it now because I pulled it up. Yes, that's the thermals that we did.
Cheater.
I will say, nobody likes thermals.
Yeah,
I think it's so interesting because when you play with thermals, they're really cool, but nobody wants to watch YouTube videos on thermals. So it's like, okay, well,
I want to watch,
dude.
Because I want.
That's like me watching YouTube video on the GT3 RS. Like the first 2 are
It's a
cool,
really
and after
bad
that,
car,
I'm
right?
just depressed. It's too expensive. I
get
can't
this.
afford it. I'm never gonna own it.
I will say the Zeiss
Just
thermals.
depressed.
You're seeing the Pulsar ones. I was really impressed by like the technology in the Zeiss ones. I mean, obviously, when you get into that level of price, the difference in price is very insignificant. Like, hey, it's $2,800 or $2,900. You're like, oh my god, it's a crazy amount of money. But the images coming out of the Zeiss ones in terms of like the temperature differences, like the thermal blankets we did before, the Pulsar one had a lot of trouble. Like you could pretty much hide from it with the thermal blanket. The Zeiss one was like, you're right there. Like,
Oh, really?
so I may be able to get to borrow them from my rep again to see those thermals, but I want to do one of those high-end ones and really push the limits of those thermal blankets with a super high-end thermal and see if it still even does as well. So it may not.
Bourbon Operator says, I watch thermal vids, but then I realize I'm not that wealthy.
That's what I just
And
said.
I think it's just a good question too of like, is it more exciting to see things you can afford or things you can't? Like,
So,
I don't know.
Yeah, I watched an interesting video. It wasn't thermal; it was a night vision video, and this guy was talking the difference between. And I'm going to get the jargon wrong, but like active night vision versus whatever what do they call what the military uses? Passive. Is that what it is?
Well, that's just like
versus
different
passive?
aiming, different ways of looking through the optic.
So basically, what he did is he was on some Navy base, and he had these like $200 night vision goggles that had like an actual illuminator, like a near, what do they call it? Like a near infrared illuminator. And then they had him drive a golf cart. And he was like, this is so sketchy. Like, so he could barely see anything. And then they actually gave him some PVS 31s, and he scared the girl that was riding with him because he was like, oh, I could drive it, like going in and out of cones. And then the difference between, obviously a $200 made in China night vision goggles versus PVS 31s is literally night and day. But it was kind of surprising to see that difference and him talk about it.
I do like this comment from Croak though. He said, well, Lifestyle of the Poor and Unknown wasn't a popular show. So that's true. And I think it's, to me, I think the craziest thing about thermals was, getting to finally mess with them and see some of the high-end stuff. You actually learn like what's not worth a couple grand and what is. And when you're playing with that much money, there's no way of knowing that kind of stuff. Like you don't get to play with like $10,000 or $20,000 worth of thermals and be like, oh, this is the one I want. You usually just like read something online and buy one. And I think that's what's pretty interesting about it. Like if you guys are in the market for thermals, come talk to me, come grab me. I think doing thermal videos is just I don't know. There's just not a lot.
I'm glad you did it, but like, say you're scrolling through, right, and you see 2 Honest Outlaw videos. In one sent the best gun for over 10,000 or the best gun for under 500. Which video are you gonna watch?
Oh, over 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we should have titled.
You probably would because you're made out of money, but the rest of the 3 you're gonna watch under 500.
We should have titled "Everybody Needs a Rich Friend" like TLD has.
Yeah.
Is that referencing your dad?
No, for this guy.
Oh, okay.
No, Cody, you got way
It
more.
could have been either or, though.
How many ACOGs do you have, Walsh?
Oh, let me think. 0.
Oh, okay. All right.
How many do you have, Cody?
One.
I only have one.
How
Did
many
you put it on your
unmounted-
free 1911?
Huh?
Did you put it on your free 1911?
No.
That's where I would have put it.
How many
I'd put it on my
unmounted
free
EOTech?
1911.
How many unmounted EOTechs do you have?
Why can we not hear Walsh?
You can't hear me? Am I being
It
quiet?
was like, yeah, it was.
That I bought and one that I was given.
Oh, so just 2. Okay, that's not so bad. Maybe because I'm
CCW 22LR says, just get 7 jobs like that dude that was making it rain.
Yeah.
So yeah, and some people mentioned it too. Like, it would be nicer to test drive like thermals and night vision setups. Like, yeah, like I think that would probably be the coolest. Like, hey, bring out $10,000 or $20,000 worth of thermals and be like, hey, let's go try them out. Then I think you realize pretty quickly if you do need if you need a thermal, you probably know. You probably know.
Yeah. This is interesting. CCW 22LR said, I rode shotgun in a Humvee without nods while the driver had nods. Scary AF. Oh, I can only imagine.
Just sitting in the dark and you're just you just see these little like lights
just
behind
going
his eyes. Yeah, and you're like, whoop, watch out. Like, I can't see anything. What do you mean watch out?
XL Tomahawk says, can't afford. That's why I watch 1911 Syndicate. Can't afford. Like, you can't afford anything.
Cody, is that dog snoring?
I can't hear anything.
I can barely hear it. I can hear like a little bit of bass. That's about it.
Okay, Bourbon Operator. Yeah, the 1911 Syndicate vid on the different 2011 options was nuts. $7,000 for a pistol. I have not watched that one.
That's a little insane. Like,
how much
my
was that Bull
2011 is
Armory?
the most expensive gun that I own.
The Bull Armory is what, like
1,500?
1,800?
17 or 1,800.
No. I couldn't even find. I'm gonna buy a Bull Armory. I couldn't even find one to buy. I even reached out to them, asking them where to go to buy it. They didn't.
I didn't realize that's how it works. Like, you can't buy one. You email them. I'm sure there's a reason behind it. I think they're just that popular. But you email them, you get on the list, and then they tell you when there's one that's available. I don't know that for sure. I heard that
They didn't even answer me. I emailed them. They didn't even answer me.
Oh,
because they could just smell your poorness.
There's no soup for you.
Like, this dude.
Like, you know what? This guy searches for
This
videos
dude's
on
spending
the cheapest
this
gun
dude's
under
spending grocery
$500.
money on a gun.
He's like, how many PSA bills does he have under $300? Like 29. Like, he's not our guy. Like,
Nope. Nope.
Not our guy.
Yeah, I
Farley,
want to
definitely
see.
need
What's that? I want to see like that Bull Armory versus the Staccato. Like, even that difference of like $1,800 versus what, $2,500 plus for the P or something. Like, I don't know.
No, you need to compare it to the Springfield.
Oh, the Prodigy. Yeah, it's good. That's a good call too.
I definitely need to test drive any thermal NV setup I was considering, because I'd be damned if I'm dropping that much money on something to find out it's not that great.
Night vision, it's hard because, like, I think Joe said this before, like, night vision's cool and night vision help you walk around, but thermal, if you go to a hunt with a thermal versus a night vision versus a thermal, the thermal guys are going to be cleaning up. So it's just application. But then again, if you walk out with a thermal, you're going to get about an hour of power, and then you're going to be, it's just, you need both. That's the most annoying answer. Yeah.
Again, it's super niche. Like, you have to have a mission set where that's required. And if you do,
if I'm outside, I went thermal.
If
If I'm inside, I went night vision.
Duke of Tennessee.
Driving, I went night vision.
Duke of Tennessee says, I have an irrational fear that the mattress is going to fall forward, smash his head into the camera, breaking the lens like a 2000 found footage horror film.
And we would all
that would
laugh.
get graphic quick, huh?
We would all laugh.
I don't think it's going to fall over.
Croak says, Discord notifications blowing up Jason's feed. I'm looking at it right now, dude.
Discord? What are you breaking on Discord?
Nothing. They're just people are replying to things I've said in the past because I'm that active over there.
Oh.
Every time Walsh comments on now that Walsh is doing this full time, has more time to comment on Discord. And every time he does, usually I respond like, "What are you doing here? Get out of here."
Yeah, this is my house. Like, you don't belong here. And like I'll come into Discord and be like, it's been like a week. And I was like, it'll be like a day. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. Like I'll scroll through it. Like, I have no idea.
This is interesting. Croak said Bull used to have a distro network in the US, but decided to do a PSA model and direct sales, keep costs down, but they're imported in small batches out of Israel. And well, Israel is a bit spicy now.
It's a bit spicy. Yeah.
It's a bit
Yeah,
spicy.
this was about 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I tried to get on.
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited though to look at the Bull versus Staccato. Like,
yeah, we're gonna try that. We should try that.
I mean, they seem.
I like how Walsh always flexing. Like, oh, let me get out my Staccato. How many times are you gonna say Staccato in one live episode, dude?
Listen,
you should.
We get it. You have a Staccato.
You should sell that Staccato to Joe.
No, I can't afford it. I can't afford a used one.
Well, this one is used.
I know.
I'll give you a really good deal.
I can't afford
$17.50.
No, $17.50 sold.
He's like, I got a car payment. My car payment costs more than that. I got to pay for these things.
Yeah.
All right.
And I just got my gun, so I'm broke.
We have a new sponsor tonight, and now it's a time for the ad read. And this is kind of cool. Walsh is doing the ad read tonight. Walsh, are you ready for this?
I am ready.
Jason,
I don't think
if you mute us in the background, I'm going to punch you next time I see you.
Yeah, you guys.
If you mute us in the background, I'm going to punch you next time I see you. I'm telling you right now. You better leave.
Hey, everybody. So I want to let you know that our sponsor for this week's live chat is Javlin Concepts. And we have our new discount code TLDCO with them. They've actually done a ton of changes. They have all these innovative stuff that they've done on their website. They moved and made a bunch of new bundles. So this is actually some older footage. If you go to their new site, you can see that they actually moved to the different bundle setup. They've redesigned their entire A-Jac lineup, and they have all sorts of new feature sets. They probably have one of the best placards that are on there.
Over, guys. We're back.
Yeah, they're back apparently. But seriously, I'm super excited to be. I want to say thanks to Javlin Concepts. You can use discount code TLDCO, save 10% off your order. You can save a bunch off your bundles. I have a video for them on Sunday. They have one of the best placards that are on the market. I think it's not custom, not one of the custom, but like just the basic designs. You guys have to wait and see on that on Sunday, but it's awesome. Big thanks to them. They've really done a complete redesign of their whole lineup. So if you haven't checked out Javlin Concepts in a while, please go over there, check out their website. They got some pretty cool stuff. They're a bit pricey, but like I said, using discount code in their bundles, you can save a good bit, and it gets down to manageable levels. Not Joe.
Yeah, he's not allowed to do it again because the video done.
Yeah,
he did like
an hour-long ad read.
Right? And Cody, you're so childish, dude. Grow up.
I should have just turned my mic off. Just like kept going. Like just turn those speakers off.
Could you hear us at all?
No, I turned off the backstage, of course.
All right. You did or Jason did?
I did. He can't do it.
Oh, well, you just saved Jason from getting punched in January.
Okay. Well, now we get into Q&A.
Oh.
Are you going to do the black screen?
Got through it. So if viewers, if you guys have any questions, feel free to chime in. I do have some questions that I put together that we can discuss if you guys like, or just go through some viewer comments.
There's only a couple of them that are on here. Let's do these three we got here, and then let's do the question you got.
So, question number 1: what's your favorite source for 2A news?
I know it's not my favorite source.
Yeah, I do too.
Now I've learned this: ignore everything until you see something from Mr. Guns and Gear.
Because I wouldn't say that. I would say if I see it from two of the sources that I watch, then I'm in. 100%.
Okay, maybe that's the one that you shared earlier, Joe. What's that guy's name? The one that the pistol face will
I
is
like
dead?
him.
Yeah,
I like him, but he's not my fave.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
that's
can
not
go off
Guns
on
and
random
Gear.
stuff too.
That's
Guns and
who is
Gadgets.
that?
Yeah,
Guns and
Guns and
Gadgets.
Gadgets 2A News or something. Yeah, 2A.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
that's
him, but he's not my favorite.
yeah. I
Um,
love the armed attorneys, but they're usually a bit
Yep.
behind.
I don't care. They're still one of my
They're
favorites.
yeah,
I love the
they're
armed
absolutely good.
attorneys.
They're always give you good
Croak,
stuff.
FPC, so Firearms Policy Coalition or Gun Owners of America posts on Twitter, or Mr. Guns and Gear.
Yeah, I just figured
So
once he
mine
starts
are
talking about
Armed
it,
Attorney and Washington Gun Law.
I like Washington Gun Law.
Washington Gun Law's good too.
100%. I like both of them.
He'll tell you
What
what's
about
good and
Drinking Bros?
Drinking Bros?
I don't know if they're a legal expert in what we want to hear.
They're pretty current.
Are they? I'd watch them.
Okay.
I just know which one I don't like. And
what's funny is every time I see someone like I saw something about the pistol bration junction, and then I saw someone like, oh cool, I can't wait for Armed Scholar to do 37 videos about this.
and I get
label
it,
them all the
man.
same.
And it's a head nod. Dude's getting fit. He's working on himself. It's just the thumbnails and the titles are just
It must be working. I mean, people must be clicking on
work.
I mean, obviously, and I think that
but you guys talked about it. Repeat sale, right? Well, repeat view works the same way.
Yeah, we don't want to go there. We talked about that. Like we were talking between ourselves. I was like, hey guys, maybe we focus more on thumbnails because we're reading some stats. It was like 7 of 100 times your thumbnail shown. And Joe chimes in. He's like, yeah, because you're not putting like Biden's hand grabbing a gun. Like you're not doing the annoying stuff. So yeah, they're not going to click on that. I'm like, okay, good point.
Good point.
Good.
Croak, ATF Doom, judge has cheeseburger for lunch. NFA will be repealed.
No, he'll put things that says like pistol brace ban nullified, and it's like maybe they'll go to court in 2 months to nullify the pistol brace ban. Let's talk about it. Like, no, you got me, you sucker.
One that gets me though is it'll say something like the title will have Supreme Court, the thumbnail will have like Clarence Thomas in it. And you're like, oh, maybe the Supreme Court like says something. Then you click on it. It's like the Michigan State Supreme Court ruled on this thing. Like that has nothing to do with me.
Ruled on donking her allowed back in the state fair.
We're good. Just letting the wifey pass by.
Okay.
So you were about to say old lady, weren't you?
No.
Yep.
You better watch out.
Yeah.
Bourbon Operator says,
go ahead.
Washington gun law is in my neck of the woods. He is straight to the point. He's in my neck of the woods.
Okay, say, hey, I saw a comment from Croak, and it was about someone at his class. Went to a class the other day for a staccato user. Hold on, pulling it up. They were called out for safeties. Dude's pulling from holster with the safety down. It makes me feel faster. I don't know if that's, I totally do that. Joe's gonna be like, no, you're not allowed to do that.
You're not supposed to do that.
No.
Terrible.
Now, once you rotate and you're downrange, then click it off. Start squeezing them off.
I just not pull the trigger. It's like 3 safeties on that thing. Why do I go? Oh, don't do that one.
Duke of Tennessee 117. Every Armed Scholar thumbnail. Biden burning in hell, dragging down 3 black children, all holding AR-15s, trying to fight off Nancy Pelosi with bat wings.
If I see him, I'm going to tell him at SHOT Show. Dude,
of course you will.
They watch all your videos. Loved you. Can't watch them anymore. Your thumbnail and your titles suck.
Well, and it takes like 40, like usually has some sort of update that's probably a 10-second, 20-second update. And 9 minutes. And I don't know where the update is in that 9 minutes at most time. Like, I don't know what.
But aren't we supposed to be able to talk about things that we do like? So Washington gun law, armed attorney. What are some that we like?
That one, Guns and Gadgets 2A News. I like him.
Yep, I do like him.
12 Bravo highlighted someone that I like too. Sometimes Colin Noir. I don't know. Colin Noir.
Yeah.
I do like him sometimes. Sometimes he's a little preachy. Yeah, he is.
He can get a little preachy. That's okay.
Yeah,
he's good.
It is, and to me it feels like a call to arms, but nothing happening. So
Guns and
I kind of
Gooch.
stopped watching his.
There's one that I haven't heard of. Where is it?
Wait.
Awesome. Robert first said Guns and Gadgets for me and Langley Outdoors. I haven't heard of Langley Outdoors.
Oh, Langley Outdoor Academy? Is that what it is? I think I've heard of it.
So let's talk about this for way too long. Yeah.
like I wonder, like I would love to give him a challenge, like, hey, do your entire video as a 60-second short. Like if you could put it in a short, you probably would make everybody fall in love with you.
Yeah, because people's attention spans are like 60 seconds or less.
Yeah.
Like mine on this
Colin is
question.
NRA critter though. Yeah, I'm not a NRA fan. Too many FUDs. Oh, Johnny B. XL Tomahawk said Johnny B. I do like some of his stuff.
I watched him in a long time.
Oh, here's a question from a viewer. RDH, welcome. I haven't seen you comment before, so welcome. He says, thoughts on Battle Steel / LA Police Gear Chinesium armor. It'll do the job. Yeah,
and
Joe.
I want you to remember this too. There are a lot of people who are paid to say good and bad things about products. People believe that's their job, but people actually do have jobs doing that. I think there's a weird thing that happens with plates in particular, where every plate carrier company tries to make the other plate carrier companies seem like they don't stop bullets.
They're inferior.
They're inferior, like, and they all do it. So if you really pay attention to each one, they all kind of have something they say against each other. So really, they're all inferior. So Joe tested the LA Police Gear plates ourselves. It did fantastical. So
and I wasn't. We just wanted to see if they would actually stop stuff because I wanted to buy some and wear them, and I wasn't sure about them. So I was like, well, I'm going to go shoot them before I actually trust my life to them.
And I get it.
I hit it in the corner and it stopped at 30-06 in the corner of it. Like,
and we're like, okay. And some people will be like, hey, I want to, it's better when they're American made. You don't know if the factory's just putting cheese in the middle of the plates or whatever. But then we get the American
some hard ass cheese in China.
Yeah, I guess some good cheese. But then we get some American plates where they do the same testing and the facilities are here and then they fail the test. So it's like, what do you guys like? It's all marketing gimmicks. It's all cultural weirdness. Test them for yourself. If you test them, you feel comfortable with it, then run those. If not, don't.
Here's my advice, especially if you're looking at cheap plates, buy 3 of them, take one out and shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
If you bought 3 of them, they're probably all from the same batch. You shot it. Now you either trust it or you don't.
Good one. Yeah, and I saw Mr. Guns and Gear shoot some junk, not even junk, but cheaper plates, budget level Chinese plates, and he didn't like sugarcoat it. Like, these are something special. Like, we're like, I don't know, let's see. And he shoots them, and they stop the round. So, is the back face deformation going to be a way bigger problem? Probably, but
it wasn't on the LA Police Gear plates. The only deformation we got was with the slug, I think.
Yeah. I know he shot some AP rounds at some of those. The other ones, the Battle Steel, he shot some AP rounds at it, and it was just like the back was just manglated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Any Veterans Day sales you're eyeballing?
Oh
no, we're not allowed to post though because we can only post Black Friday sales. We already talked about that.
So Joe, I don't know if you know the difference between talking about something and then posting something. So we're going to post Black Friday sales, but we're going to talk about Veterans Day sales.
Oh,
yes.
So now I can bring them up?
Yes.
All right. Hey, there were 2 good CZ sales. $650 for the P10 and $650 for the Scorpion, like I think the 4-inch Scorpion.
Hey, real quick, be careful about saying prices. I know.
Well, that's what it was right now.
Yeah, they'll get. I'm just saying, YouTube will get silly if we say price on anything. So we have no idea what those prices are, but there are deals on those that you.
That's a rumor.
Time.
I almost literally pulled the trigger on that dagger set.
Oh yeah, that's a good set.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of magazine on that. And then, hey, what about it only fire? We can't say the price on, or.
I think anything, if you were to talk, like provide a link or give a price for anything that leads to a site that you can purchase a firearm from.
Or firearm components.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube
will
say.
I can say this. So back in the day, I bought my Athlon, like, it's a crazy scope. 8 to 34 power? And I bought it for like $450 and I'm all excited. Well, Brownell had it on sale for like $100 less than that. That's not a price, right? Am I good on that one?
That's yeah,
You're
it's
good.
significantly less. And so, and I think that's what's helpful too is when maybe we can post up some of these. I'll try to put them on our little Black Friday deals page, even for our Veterans Day sales, just to make Joe happy. But we will have these later. We'll be talking about a bunch of these when me and Jason will be doing our we'll be doing a cool little Black Friday sale thing for everybody. So we'll be posting it all on that page. We're going to kind of be saying what they are. Maybe we can even get some tidbits from Joe and Cody too, just kind of going over some of their favorites into that video too.
The Rise Armament trigger went on sale. The Don't Tread on Me one, though, a good price. And I don't know if they're still doing it, but Primary Arms was doing all flashlights and laser on sale, and it wasn't drastic sales, but if you're looking at a weapon light anyway,
Yeah,
they were doing some. Like every single one that they had 19 pages of flashlight and lasers on sale.
I think the whole when you sent me the link to the DTOM Rise triggers, it was the whole lineup was on sale.
yeah.
Like I looked up Rise and it was all of them.
So here's a question. Duke of Tennessee, sort of question. Do people really prefer M-LOK to Picatinny that much? There's been times when it feels like it's easier to just leave a vertical foregrip on rather than move it slightly just because M-LOK sucks. Maybe I'm just a tard. Picatinny power. I think the biggest thing that I've heard about switching from quad rail to Picatinny is saving weight. If you want to cut weight, the quad rail almost never used the
Did he say quad
sides.
rail?
Well, he's talking about Picatinny. He's talking about like side mounting. But like I say bulk is I mean the weight I don't even care about as much as like the pure bulk. I got this Picatinny rail sticking out, and then I have some sort of Picatinny rail adapter going into something. If I have some light assembly using Picatinny, it's going to be this Kukamemi 1990s exploration into time travel.
So I was kind of on the same boat back when it was first coming out, and 1,000,000%, I'm the complete opposite now. I look at a pick gun and I'm like, dang, dude, stuck in the late 90s, or you just like lugging that thing around? You use it for working out, or?
Yeah, I left with it later. Do curls.
Do curls with
it. And I don't hate M-LOK. Again, like there was a cool little tip one time. Jason like showed how to install a light, like showing you how to actually do it, like how you back everything out and how you actually install it. Once you kind of know like the way to install and remove M-LOK, it takes seconds.
It'd be super easy.
Yeah, it's super duper easy. I would be mad if someone gave me key mod. Like if someone gave me a setup with key mod, I'd be like, number one, you're a jerk, and number two, I don't want this. But like same with Picatinny. One, yeah, we'll have one.
Yeah, I was on the key mod train at the beginning. I really was, because M-LOK went proprietary. I hate proprietary stuff, but then everybody made everything in M-LOK, so I converted.
Yeah, I think the only key mod I have is the Beofangs we all did.
Beowulf.
Beowulf's not Beofangs. I have Beofangs too.
I have a key mod that I'm going to be taking to our NVG course.
Oh no, you better not be. What is it?
Oh yeah.
At least it's not
Midwest Industries key mod rail, combat rail.
That's gonna scare people. So ugly.
Yep. Dick mod.
You scare people in the dark.
Your favorite libertarian has a YouTube video that he posted. I can't remember when, but recently. That's November deals.
Speaking of, he has that Triarch. Imagine how mad you'd be to get like a Triarch in key mod. Be like,
dude, imagine how mad you'd be to get a Triarch.
Yeah, well, from when he ordered it to when he got it, like
maybe it was popular.
That was the thing back then.
Yeah,
when he ordered it.
So, Jason, that's what I make fun of. There's another. She does Instagram, does firearm stuff. Bon. I make fun of her because she posts Triarch stuff all the time, and I'm like, why don't you post some real guns?
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't pay attention. Does your favorite libertarian actually have key mod on his Triarch?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay,
but I do want to chime in. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Arca is where it's at. I am with you. Arca rails that's my jam.
But usually it's only for the bottom, right?
Yeah, that's only you can't mount things to it. Yeah,
that's for people.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds dumb.
Do you know who shoots off tripods? Joe does.
Joe does.
Joe, you did the other day.
I don't want to hear it.
You're like, I don't want to talk about it. It's awesome.
I saw Odin Works.
Wait, hold on.
Odinworks has a sorry.
No, you go ahead. I'll ask in a second.
Odinworks has on their sale. They have a rifle rest that has an Arca rail built into it, like a sandbag rifle rest that connects to an Arca rail.
Area 419 has one too. They're pretty awesome.
Oh, okay.
But I like the Odinworks one. We should try this out. Joe, I found this interesting. I thought shooting off a tripod was significantly more difficult than I thought it would be.
I think it's dumb, but we had to be up above the grass, and I wasn't gonna. Yeah, it was the only way.
But
did you lean into it, or did you just leave it free float, or just let it, or just pull
free floating? Yeah, it's just one shot, so I'm not worried about a follow-up shot.
Yeah, okay.
I barely had the gun on my shoulder, like.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting when I shot from a tripod how much my breathing interrupted the actual movement of the reticle and everything. Where prone and stuff, I was really do that.
You imagine, like, when you're a kid and you barely held on to the gun, and your, dad or whoever, they were mainly supporting everything. That's how I was with a tripod.
Oh, okay.
Like, I barely had it touching my shoulder. I didn't have anything touching it, and I just reached around and pulled the trigger.
Yeah, that was like.
I mean, it recoiled like crazy, but I wasn't worried about a follow-up shot.
So you don't care, yeah. That's true.
CCW 22LR says Arca equals precision gain.
What up? I have that. There's this awesome. Who makes it? Warren Scope Mounts makes this awesome tripod where you can switch out the bottom bracket to be either Arca mount or Picatinny mount. So you can swap it between the two. It's amazing.
Your favorite libertarian says Triarch. What a joke. No key mod, but they did come out with a new rail right before I received my rifle, a year after I paid for it. I felt like a suppressor buyer.
Oh my goodness. That's pretty much the rule too. Like
Zach Fett, I love my Tri 11, but I cannot recommend that company.
And so we start talking about repeat customers, right? Because those customers' experiences were so bad. They would not possibly want to do that again. And then they're not going to recommend anybody else. Like there's such a buying power in repeat customers. Like if their customer experience, like if they would have just emailed them every week and be like, hey, here's where we're at. Here's some more stuff. Like, hey, I waited a year, but they updated me every week. So yeah, okay. It took a while, but
when I went to click to order it, it said warning, you're probably have to wait a year.
And that you'd be like, hey, that's like if you said that, you're like, well, Joe, it says that. Of course you're gonna wait a year. That's your own fault. Like, oh, good point. Not like the company just like screwing you around.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing that was more frustrating for me was you hear people waiting for a Triarch, and then you see these influencers that were getting Triarchs like within 2 or 3 weeks. Like, oh, that's a BS. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Typing stuff in. They're saying what's a good sling? That's another good question.
Beez heavy sling gang. We do have another our last question.
Sling.
Oh.
All right. Question 3. How can you incorporate responsible gun ownership into your family life?
I have a good answer to this because I'm bad about it. Is being a steward for firearm safety.
Yes.
I hate to say this, but I am my wife is not far, so she'll probably agree. But like with so many, like I'm running around doing crazy stuff with YouTube, doing crazy stuff with videos, it won't be abnormal for a firearm to be out, which shouldn't be the case. And I'll say that, I'll admit guilt to it. Like that's something I should be better about. And I think if I was a better steward, I think that would help to be a better firearms advocate for my whole family too. Like, hey, yep, these are always the way they're always treated seriously, not just left on the floor. There's not any right now.
I just did this with my grandson, and I think I actually did it right. So I'll run through mine real quick. So I made a promise to my grandsons. If they promise me that they'll never touch a gun that they're not supposed to touch, that includes at friend's house, at my house, if I accidentally leave one out or something crazy, or they go where they're not supposed to go and they're a gun. If they never touch that gun, then I will let them handle any of my firearms anytime that they want. All they have to do is ask me.
And it's kind of what Prepper's saying, removing the mystery of it.
They made a promise on that. Then in order to go and shoot it, whether it be a BB gun or a firearm, they have to know the 4 cardinal rules of firearms, firearm safety, and they have to memorize them, and not only know them, but they have to explain them to me. So my grandson got through all of that. So the day that he got through all that, we loaded up the 22 and we went out there. I had already gone over safety magazine chamber safety with him and let him walk through that with just empty casing in the 22 in the basement. So he went out to the range, and that's where he started learning range safety, calling the range hot and cold and everything. And no joke, maybe 4 times of loading up a magazine, I sat back on the tailgate of the truck and made him vocalize and verbalize what everything that he's doing, and he did it perfect, all of it. Called the range hot, handled the gun, shot, safety magazine chamber safety, laid it up with the chamber up. We went down, checked the target, came back, he loaded the mag, and we did that like 10 times. He was having so much fun.
That's awesome.
And I just sat back on the tailgate saying, you're doing a great job, buddy.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's just so much, like, so good to hear, like, the pure education, and I think that's what sometimes some anti-gun advocates are going to be like, hey, these people are gun nuts. They just want to go all do all this crazy stuff, and then you hear about like what we're doing for our own families and for our own kids. It's like, hey, no, we're taking or taking responsibility, saying, hey, I'm not being as seriously as I should be, or saying like, hey, here's what I'm doing to train someone, and it's going above and beyond. Like,
yeah. And here's my reasoning, right? Because I'm not naive. So I hope that they abide by the promise. They never touch a gun that they're not supposed to, right? But if they don't, then they have the 4 cardinal rule memorized, okay? And not only that, but they know how to safe and clear a gun. So with all 3 of those in play, I can't control them when they're not in my house. So hopefully nothing happens,
Dude, I see so many. There's a question on there that I want to jump on so bad.
Bourbon Operator says, have y'all reviewed the GBRS sling?
Yes.
Yes.
It is
second best sling.
Yeah, second best sling. It's the second best sling you'll ever own and the most expensive one you'll ever buy. So I don't know. Every sling you have is better than it, but it's still going to be the most expensive one. It's not bad. It's literally though, it's like, think of all the versions of a car you can buy. Think of buying the highest, like picking the highest version, but you get the lowest model. So it's no pads, no pull tabs, no QDs, no nothing. It's just webbing scrap that they give you. It's sweet. The defense mechanism sling is a miles better and probably a third the cost. Jason, I'm gonna get in trouble with this one. The only sling that's worse than the GBRS by a long shot, probably the worst sling on the market. And where's Zach? He's gonna know what I'm talking about. The Warrior Poet Society sling.
With that Jedi buckle.
The worst sling that I've seen in, like, I don't know why it's still in the closet, but I just need to get rid of it. Give it away.
Okay, out of like the 6 slings that I've used quite often, not just like once and then not done it again, the Magpul with the slider, the MS1, has been one of my favorites, and you can routinely find it for $30 to $40.
I don't love that MS1. I don't know. I think that's the crazy part, is that there's so many different preferences too. That's the hard part. Whereas like some people like, I don't know who likes 1 point single point sling. Most of us all like 2 point slings, but then it's just different styles.
I do have to say that this isn't just like standing at the range, right? I don't think I'd pick this one for that, but like slinging your gun, adjusting it, walking around, hunting, doing any of that stuff, I think this is a very good all-around sling. Let me say that.
I think I have
I think we've talked about it before, but like if you buy a sling and your plate carrier, put it all on. I know your neighbors are gonna think you're crazy. Ask Walsh. Walk around the neighborhood. You're gonna find out real quick where your hot spots are. If that sling's gonna irritate your neck or pinch you or whatever, you'll find out.
Yeah.
So Crow commented, just picked up Magpul MS1 Lite the other day. If you like thin slings and don't want any fuss, it's solid. And then he said, shit, me and Joe agree on something again.
Dang. I like how Zachary came in with the Jedi buckle and seriously, don't get the Warrior Poet Society sling. Like me and Zach talk all the time. We're like, dude, that is the worst sling. Like I like Warrior Poet Society. I get it. no, that is a miss.
When we built Caleb's gun, like as a viewer surprise, I can't remember who sent it. Someone sent me the Warrior Poet sling, and I had never messed with it. And so I built Caleb's gun and I tried the sling out, and I was like, this is terrible. I forgot who it was. I'm like, I'm not. I think it was the dude. It might have been the dude. I'm like, I'm not going to send this to Caleb. And he was like, cool. Oh no, Cajun. I think it was Cajun. He's like, cool. Don't send it back to me.
Like, I don't want that.
I don't care what you do with it as long as it ain't mine.
We should do. Oh, hold on. We should do the wheel, like white elephant gifts. So we have things we packaged up. I don't want to ruin what some of them are going to be. That's not going to be some of them.
Oh,
bro, but then we do the wheel. We give away white elephant gifts. Like we don't know what
like the poo hat. Like one bag's the poo hat and one bag's actually something good.
Yeah, remember I was just thinking, remember when we did that? I had my kids load up the 2 bags. We should just I could have my kids like get some of those priority mail padded envelopes and just like, hey, here's a box of stuff, randomly put stuff in these and then seal them.
Yeah, and then be like, okay, hey, spin for the winner of bag 11, and like and they open up like, oh, it's trash. It's literal trash. Like, whoops.
You paid to mail this to me.
Croak says your white elephant gifts could be the Goober's Raisins box.
I know what my white elephant gift's going to be if you win it.
Oh, God. Is it good?
The mattress.
How awesome that be! It's like a pickup ticket. Like
you pay $400 to ship it.
Yeah, just to laugh about it. Like, honey, there's a big truck in the driveway.
Oh, that's from TLD. Yeah, I won that! Yay! And they, like pushing it in. It's like, what is that? It's sound deadening.
All right. Well, appreciate the questions. We do have one more section.
Chat I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I am too, because I think it's something that we're going to might take us through the rest of the show. 2A news.
So lots of good 2A news this time around.
What is that?
Yeah.
Joe?
He says pistol brace. He's excited. So
what's what?
I was gonna post this.
I was ready.
Yeah, I was gonna post a comment to it earlier. I'll just make sure it was tracking. But we want to make sure everyone is aware and spread the news about it. That hold on a second. Go ahead. Sorry, I passed by again. That the pistol brace injunction, that there is now a nationwide injunction on the pistol brace rule. So that was really awesome to hear. I think it was been a long time coming, and I've been talking to a couple people both on Reddit and on some other places just about how silly it is. Where like number one, the rule was so kooky majuk with all these points and stuff, and then they get to the last day or so, and they're like, never mind, we're just gonna do something else, and then go down this. It's just so bafflingly dumb. Of course, like I don't know why it took so long for a court to be like, no, you're not just going to make everybody felons. You may be mad about the process for all this, but that's not the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, but I do want to say something on this, and then you guys can chime in and see if I'm right or wrong. I think pretty much everybody in the gun community right now is way overhyping this. Now, am I excited about the injunction? Absolutely, I'm excited about the injunction. But a couple things. Number one, the entire case is not even Second Amendment based. It's not Second Amendment
based. It's procedurally based. Yeah, agreed.
It's procedurally, right?
Yeah.
Number two, this is an injunction, but they still even have to go to the normal court. After that, they can say, okay, no, we're not enjoining this. And then we're back to square one. Or it can go to the Fifth Circuit. Fifth Circuit have been friendly to gun people, right? So I'm hoping if it doesn't go to the Fifth, then they say, no, we're going to keep the injunction. Hopefully they do. And then while this is litigated for the next 5 years, we're allowed to own them. Hopefully, right? But at any stage in this, it can be taken away. The ATF one destroyed, and it's banned. The pistol brace ban and gone forever. I've seen so many titles today that I'm like, no, that's not it at all. And I think the best video that I watched out of the 5 that I watched today was the armed attorneys. If you watch any video, watch the
Mm.
armed attorney video on it.
Oh, I liked Washington Gun Law's video.
He was good, but watch armed attorneys.
I didn't
Yeah.
watch
Did you watch
Armed
theirs?
Attorney. No,
No, I
didn't.
didn't, because you didn't
Yeah.
post it in the
Yeah,
chat.
we don't
That's a
know
lot.
anything unless you post it, Joe.
Duke,
Oh,
Duke of
okay.
Tennessee 17 says puts brace on. SWAT team bursts through the roof.
Yeah.
Yep.
Michael Farley, wait, you guys took your braces off?
No comment.
It's like I typed
No
in.
comment.
Sorry.
Croak says it has to go to the fifth because
Nice
that's
try,
where
Fed.
the appeal
Nice
was
try,
filed.
ATF. Who was that? Who was that that
I
said
typed
that?
in. I was trying to type in armed attorneys. And
There's
like, did you mean armed scholar? Like, no.
no. Who was that that said you took it off? That dude's an
Michael
ATF
Farley.
agent, guaranteed.
Yeah,
Michael Farley says, wait, you guys took your braces off?
I think it was the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the thing too, where it was like there was like 8 million pistol braces in circulation. I mean, I think that's a highly blown number. They said like probably like 5 million, and like the number that registered was like 200,000. I was like, oh, okay, so like,
And that's people that wanted to go that route anyway. And they
yeah.
were saving $200 on a tax stamp.
and that's
And
where
right
I
when they
see
got
that.
their tax stamp, the pistol brace came off and the buttstock went on.
Because that's kind of where I was thinking about with my green gun. Like I was like, I want to SBR it anyway, so why not just wait? But then it became so much drama. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till all this gets to the end. Yeah.
Prepper Book Club. I like watching armed attorneys as well. Wink, wink.
I think it's pretty awesome when we did that. When we did that reaction to their video, like they actually like commented on it and everything.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
we haven't done one of those.
If they knew how much I geeked out on their channel, they'd probably be like, all right,
Maybe we'll
let's
see them at
ban
SHOT
him.
Show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that'd be
usually
cool.
there.
I would
Croak
definitely give them high
Croak
fives.
says they have a couple good things on that channel for sure.
Oh my god! Right, moving on. Like we're trying to like, wonder if we can end this live chat here tonight.
Yeah. How are we gonna get kicked off of YouTube tonight? That's
Yeah,
how
let's
it's-
figure it out.
Robert first. This is another thing of 2A news. He says it's the same with frames and receivers. So, Firearms Policy Coalition posted that the Fifth Circuit. I wonder what the quote was. It was good. Fifth Circuit struck down ATF's frame or receiver rule on This is the Vanderstock v. Garland case, and the Fifth Circuit said, quote, while not challenging this appeal, the interstate commerce requirement may call into question ATF's jurisdictional authority to promulgate certain provisions of the final rule.
When does a chunk of aluminum become a receiver?
Yeah. And this is another quote from the Fifth Circuit. ATF has essentially rewritten the law.
Yes.
So that's
I
a good
love the
one. I
Fifth
mean,
Circuit
frame and
right now.
receiver rule struck down in the Fifth Circuit.
And isn't
That's
that
okay.
I
the
hate
whole
the
like?
ninth because they're playing games like crazy. I hate the seventh because they're filled with idiots, and the fifth is actually not junk. I agree with it. They're actually dictating the law.
Well, Joe, you had talked. I think it was you that had mentioned the Seventh Circuit. So what was the ruling? The recent ruling out of the Seventh Circuit?
So they said, forgive me if I misspeak on this. You need to do your own research, but they said that the assault weapon ban was constitutional because the AR-15 is extremely similar to the M16. The M16 is the only use for it is war, and therefore it is not protected by the Second Amendment because in a war gun, they didn't say a weapon of war, so I'm trying not to say that, but essentially what they said, a weapon of war, so it's not protected by the Second Amendment. Like they completely skirted around the whole in lawful use, in common use for lawful purposes. They didn't do any of that. They straight up said it's not protected by the Second Amendment, so we don't have to hear anything else.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, who did the best video on that one?
pretty crazy interpretation of like you just got a lot of
Washington Gun Law. Washington Gun Law did the best video on that one.
Croak says the seventh rule. So this is specifically the Illinois assault weapons ban we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. So does Nebraska fall under Seventh Circuit?
We are free state. We know that. Like
Yeah.
we buy guns, we have guns. We can have magazines of any
Leon
size.
Jones said, "What's up, all fashionably late?"
There's not like I think it's the funny part. Like there's not like a scary like boy. two things here. There's not like a not scary amount of bullets. Like, oh, he's only got 10. That's not anything to worry about. Like, at least he
Well,
can't.
did you see the bill where they're trying to get it to where you have to pass a background check every time you buy ammo?
Oh my goodness.
But who's going to
Did
have
you
the
see?
capability
Did you
to
see the
do
new
that?
law on New York where you have to pass a background check to buy a 3D printer?
I've heard
No,
about
I haven't seen that. Like,
I've
how do
heard
they?
about
How
that.
are they going to figure that out? You buy a 3D printer, like you just
Like,
go
in
to
order to buy a
microprinter.com and,
3D
like,
printer, you have to do a background check just like you do a firearm.
But that's just so
So-
crazy. And then you get a background check to just print out a bunch of skeleton hands. Like, wonder why.
Yeah.
Most people like, wonder why I did that. Like,
Yeah.
it's just random. Here's my thing that makes me so upset too is like, let's say assault weapons or machine guns or something. Like, they're all considered to be so scary. Like, they're so insanely scary. You know, an SBR. All these things are so dangerous. Unless you pay $200 and then they're not dangerous at all. Like, that's
Yeah.
the part I don't get. Like, how does money?
Don't worry, we can track him now.
Yeah, like, how does an amount of money paid decrease how dangerous it is? So, like, you know, hey, it's a danger to the public to own it. Like, okay, so I can't own it. You can. You just have to pay us $200. Like, so it's a poor
Yeah,
person's
and
tax.
submit your fingerprints.
Yeah, like so this is just to make sure that a bunch of poor people don't get these. Is what you're
Yeah.
saying to me.
Did you see they're trying to write a bill in Congress that will also make it to where you have to have pretty much what you guys already have to have in Nebraska.
So,
You have to have pretty much a card in order to buy a gun.
oh. I thought like maybe I'm just always been used to that. I thought you had to have a purchase permit like everywhere you go.
Mm-mm.
It's only in
see.
your state.
Yeah, that
No, it was different. Like before the laws changed here in Washington, if I had my concealed carry permit, that was kind of like good enough. I could go in and show them that. I'd have to fill out the ATF form 4473,
That's the same
but
here.
then walk out same day.
Mm.
The way that they do it now, though, is like, doesn't matter if you have a CCW, you still have to fill out two forms. You have to fill out 4473, then you fill out a state form that then goes to your local law enforcement. They run the background check on you.
Oh, so in Colorado, previous to 1 October, you go in with your driver's license. You'd fill out the ATF form. They would send it to CBI, Colorado Bureau of Investigations. They would do the background check there. It wasn't an additional form. Average went 30 minutes. It would come back. You'd walk out with a gun. Now it's the same exact thing, but it's in jail for 3 days. That's where my new cool gun that I really want is sitting. It's in jail.
What cool stuff did you get?
I got my 357 Magnum Henry Model X.
Oh, that's right. We do not.
Space cowboy gun.
Michael Farley, remember, punishable by a fine means it's legal for a price.
And that's what. So you think about that too. Like a $100 speeding ticket, if you're young and poor, that you don't want to get that. But if you get really like the more money you make, the less you care about that fine.
Yeah.
So like, oh, I was speeding. Like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
As long as it's not jail time, I don't really care anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's $1,000. Like, okay.
Okay,
Like,
you're gonna catch me once every couple of years, and I get to do whatever, and I got to pay a couple $100 once every 2 years.
Yeah, it's just kind of interesting when you
start sniping happened in our comment. Duke of Tennessee says the real question is who's the Fed in the chat. CCW 22LR says Duke sounds like something a Fed would ask. So there's the totally changing the subject, but on that line of thought, that game Starfield, there's an interaction that you can have where you sneak on board some like space station and you can have this conversation with a guard where he's like, hey, someone was saying that you like someone matching your description was sneaking aboard, and you're like, well, I heard it was someone matching your description. He's like, what? No, this is your description. You can just go back and forth, and then finally gets to the point. He's like, well, I don't even remember what we were arguing about. Just get back to your post.
It's like they said look just like you. Like, no, they said look just like you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
What else for 2A News? I think that's about it, huh?
So chat, did we miss anything about the 2A News? We got the frames and receiver, the pistol brace, 7th Circuit assault weapons ban,
and all the dumb laws.
Duke of Tennessee. I'll flush the Fed out. Who here owns a Springfield Hellcat Pro?
I was about to say, dang it, but I don't own a Pro. I just own a Springfield Hellcat. I don't own a Pro, and I have this, dude.
Yeah,
Would a Fed have this?
we could.
Not a Fed,
Yes,
dude.
like I don't have one of those.
Then you might be a Fed.
I don't think so.
Of all of them.
That's the dude. This is Duke of Tennessee's had some gems.
All of us, Walsh is the least likely to be a Fed.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
Cody's like, actually, his job. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Pepper Book Club says, check out. I gotta. Pepper Book Club.
Look at Discord.
Shared this.
So,
Says
I want to share.
Right, the chat right now is this.
Did you link it over? Oh, you got it. Because it's funny because I would say 90%, maybe more, is either military, active law enforcement, retired military, retired law enforcement, or retired federal agent. I would say, like, knowing the majority of the people in the comment section, like, oh, this is most of y'all.
Yeah, that's all of us.
Yeah.
Like, how many of y'all work for the government or getting paid right now from the government? Like, all right, everybody, don't admit that.
Yeah. Dang it.
Nobody admit that.
Only the guy that I commented with the Fed earlier, he could raise his hand. Like, I just drive around in a golf cart.
I was thinking, I got a question, I guess. I know we're out of the Q&A portion, but I was at the VA, and one of my coworkers, he also has a side hustle, I guess. He writes novels, and they're pretty good. They're like a sci-fi space adventure. I was thinking about buying like 10 copies, and there was a bookshelf, like a take one, leave one bookshelf at the VA, and just put them up and have like a sign, like this was written by a veteran, and just for whoever wants to grab one. What do you think?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a great idea.
I think that's what it's for.
You're not
I wonder if he would be. I'm not going to tell him, and just next time he goes to the VA, like, bro, it's so weird. There's 10 copies of my book there.
Yeah.
Does he have a social media or anything?
No, he's like super anti-social media.
Oh,
he was like, you should get Jason Mass stickers and put them in there.
No, he was in the Army, like I think he started off as an infantry guy and then moved over to counter intel or something.
It would have been cool to put like his social media account in it or something. So if people like it, then they have a way to reach out to him.
No, he's like super anti-social media.
Oh, then just put a phone number, dude. It'll be fine.
Something. Yeah, it's fine. He will love those calls.
Phone number and his address.
You'll never know because he's like, I get all these robocalls. I don't know what happened.
I don't know who said.
Like, do you remember the days back in the day where you didn't have to worry about all that?
Oh my god!
Like the best prank I ever pulled on anybody. I put an ad on Craigslist, and I put like first gen Camaro, I think, a picture. And put it something ridiculous like getting a divorce, don't want my wife to get this. Price was like $6,000 for the like prestige first gen Camaro. Sorry, work nights only available between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. And I put my buddy's phone number on it.
You know the best prank I remember, Joe?
Huh?
When you got Golf Digest in the desert.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
What happened?
You don't remember that story?
Huh.
Okay, so Joe and I's boss.
We can't say it. We're already getting kicked off of YouTube. We can't even say that.
Why? I won't say the whole thing. I'll say what.
Well, then not funny.
Maybe we'll save it. We'll save it for after. All right. I will say.
But then everybody's gonna be upset.
I did like it better when you didn't have any sort of like caller ID or like anything. I remember getting my brother.
I love caller ID.
Like the Cat Facts. I like text him a whole bunch of times like, congratulations for signing up for Cat Facts. Press stop to stop receiving Cat Facts. And it's like, they type in like stop and like, thanks for subscribing to our release Cat Facts. Here's their first one. And you keep sending it to him. Like it was just me the whole time. But it was It's just great.
Dude, my stepbrother and I prank called Hooked on Phonics. I want to learn how to read. And they're like, well, what's your name? I don't know. I can't read.
And you
I
hang
remember
up
when
like
I was
it's
at,
the coolest
I was
thing
at
ever.
a friend's house. This was like middle school. A friend's house. His mom called, and I answered his phone, and I said, "Jason's crematorium service. You choke 'em, we smoke 'em." And he was like, "Oh, sorry, I think I have the wrong number."
Call their own number. Remember calling collect to your parents? And like,
Yes.
oh, yeah, Mom, we'll call you. We'll
Mom,
call
I'm
you
at
to
the 7-Eleven,
come.
come pick me up.
Mom, come pick us up. Would you
Hey, baby,
accept
it's a boy.
charges?
Yeah. Nope.
Nope. Hey, go get in the car. Gotta get my keys. Gotta go pick up the kids.
This is good. CCW 22. Someone mailed me a giant cardboard penis when I was in the desert.
Oh man.
I told CCW 20 when we were chatting for doing our interview. There's someone that we have in common that I was my first assignment in our agency. I was with him, and he was this brand new lieutenant out of college. Like went from college straight to school, and then came to Eglin Air Force Base where I was.
Mhm.
And so I convinced him as this brand new LT that
I think I know
officers
who
got
that is.
Christmas bonus and enlisted
Yeah.
officers got $500 Christmas bonus and enlisted got $1,000. And I had did you guys know Colonel Holton?
Yeah.
Colonel Holton was in on he was our squadron commander. I had him in on it. The CI branch chief had him in on it. I mean, everyone was in on this thing. And it wasn't until he was meeting with some like E3 and she was talking about finances. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. In fact, I still need to check my LES to see if I got my Christmas bonus." And this E3 is like, "What? We don't get Christmas bonuses?"
It's like the long joke.
Oh, yeah.
My supervisor went the best at it. So we worked in a big squadron. New guy come in. He sends them down the hall to some other section. Yeah, it's a radar squadron. So sends them down the hall. Calls them up and says, "Hey, I sent the guy down there for K9P lube. Keep it going." Like 2 hours later, this dude's dragging that big old pallet with a box on it back. And we're like, "What is it?" And he's like, "This is K9P lube." I'm like, "That's dog pee? That's dog piss?" And he's like, "Ugh!" He got all mad, dude. Somebody sent him with radar parts. And I'm like, now you got to take it back.
Yeah.
Those were the best days.
There's a lot of good pranks.
Now you get in trouble for anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
You
hazing.
can't even tell jokes on YouTube.
We used to do the LOX pans where we tell people they need to do the radar deflection test. Like they tell them that the radar's panning from left to right, so they have to hold this large pan over their head and run. And they have to run. It's like, hey, you're way out of alignment. You're not even close. You gotta
The whole
start
time this radar's just cooking them, cooking their insides.
they're running, but then they're running, and they're like, dude, you are way too slow. Like you gotta really move it, and you just see them running back and forth. Everybody, like, how many times do you want to do that?
This wasn't us, but some crew chiefs on B-52s did had their new guys do echo checks.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have one person stand on one side of the engine, and then the newbie would stand on the other. He'd go, "Echo!"
Well,
I'm
it's
like, "No,
ping.
can't hear you. Try again."
It's ping checks.
Echo!
And then
Oh,
you go,
No,
you
we
take a
do
big
fresh
hand
air.
out, exhaust,
Yeah.
and go, wee, just rub it on the face.
You guys ever do the tire vibration checks where they have to take we have those huge wooden chocks and they have to hit the tire as hard as they can, and then like you sit there, you have like a little machine, you're like holding it like a multimeter, and it's like, nope, you gotta hit it harder. And they're just like,
we give them trash bags and tell them to run outside. We need fresh air sample for the smog test. Yeah.
Zach Fett says, "Sorry, bro, you got cancer for the joke."
True story, man.
Hey, bro, we got you VA disability.
We got you good.
19 years from now.
10%. You're welcome.
10%. I love that too. Like anybody who is a veteran out there, I just don't understand. Like, I guess so many people claimed back injuries because back injuries are a real thing. Like back injuries are debilitating, and they can wreck your quality of life. But you go to the VA, and it's like 10%. Your back, your spine literally melted. 10%.
Yeah.
10%.
Yep.
God, it's crazy.
Croak squeegee sharpeners, BA11, Oscar Bravos, bucket of prop wash, 50 feet of flight line.
Yeah.
One
50 feet of fight line.
of the best pranks that was pulled on. So I was an aircraft electrician, and we had crew chiefs, and we all had, each shop had golf carts we would take out onto the flight line when we had to go do a job. So the crew chiefs decided to get bricks, and they lifted our golf cart just high enough that you couldn't tell, but if you put it in reverse and stepped on the accelerator, it would just spin, like it wouldn't move anywhere because it was barely off the ground.
That's pretty funny, actually.
It's super funny. So as electricians, we were like, okay, we'll just rewire all the electrical stuff. So when they stepped on their brake, the horn would honk.
Yeah.
Instead of turning the lights on. And they were like, okay, yeah, we won't do that again.
I don't do that game anymore. Hey,
We had bread trucks, and we would. So each morning we would go and fill up like an old Gatorade bottle, like bucket full of ice and water,
Mhm.
and then we all had like a bread truck, or like each shop had a bread truck, and we would go out there and have water fights
all the time. There's nothing else to do though.
Yeah.
Hey, XO Tomahawk had a good story. I don't know if you guys saw this, but did you hear about the party at the NFT at the NFT party that went blind? Did you guys hear about this?
No.
So this was so NFTs was like it's just the scam, like garbage thing. But so what they did is they had all these like IR lasers and other infrared stuff, but it was like at like super insane intensity. So those people are dancing and they're getting just like irradiated by these super high-end lasers and IR devices. So it wasn't until like I think they said like 6 or 8 hours later, it felt like their body was on fire, and like they had actually gotten like, you know, from being in front of those lasers, like basically LASIK surgery. So they were blind now. Like their eyes were just burning because they're basically on fire. It was crazy to read about. Like, look it up. It was just nuts.
Wow.
Like these people just dancing, having fun. Like, hey, look at us. Like, oh, you guys are all getting melted. Like, oh,
yeah. Well, there was that new, I don't know what like some contraption that police officers, or they're trying to use for police officers to like do crowd dispersement, but it shoots out like a heat wave or something like that.
Really?
And it was some. I don't think it's live yet. Like I don't know if departments are purchasing it, but it looked like a big radio dish, and it sat on top of like a tank looking thing, and you could shoot a heat wave, and that would get people like to disperse. They were showing it testing on humans.
I saw one that was instead of it had like a sound, but had sound in like a square. So instead of having sound that radiates outward, like how a normal sound wave does, it is designed to radiate sound in just like a laser almost. So like you could stand over here and hear nothing, and then step one over, and it's like 150 decibels just blasting you. So it's designed to disperse crowds, get them moving, get them out of there.
Yeah, I saw that's been out since like 2013 because I saw it in that Hulk movie.
Yeah, that's the one.
Crook says on that note, don't stare at your IR illuminator or IR laser either.
Particularly if it's anything by Somo gear. Don't do that.
Oh yeah.
Or you gonna get
you get asked for them. So this is cool. Bourbon Operator. I seen the device that shoots a hook strap that wraps around the perp's legs or torso. It's called the Bolo Wrap. And there's been a lot of police departments that are going to that as a way to contain it. Kind of like shocks someone when you shoot it, but it's your typical like Bolo Wrap. So it wraps people up, and anytime they try to struggle out of it, it gets a little tighter. But it gives police the opportunity to move forward and to get handcuffs on a person.
Trust me,
those are cool, and so are the shotgun rounds.
Yeah, if you had one, if you got hit with one of those, you would have a problem. Because my number one means of escape.
The shotgun round, yes.
No, I would say a bolo period. Because my usual means of escape is running. Like, hey, their bad guys are using bolo wraps. Like, great.
Yeah,
they're wrapping all of us up and pinning us down. Like, geniuses.
Oh, GL Dude 14 says they were using UVC lights, which are meant for antimicrobial purposes. They glow light blue in the visible spectrum, but most of their intensity is in the invisible ultraviolet spectrum.
Wow.
Huh.
Well,
Hey,
hey,
Ouch.
there no microbes on them anymore.
yeah, nothing. Hey, I know we're getting to the end of our broadcast,
Oh, yeah.
but there's something I wanted to kind of add to the end that I think, Jason, we need to maybe be a little better about. And that's make sure you guys not only follow us on YouTube and things like that, but make sure to join us on all of our other social medias. Instagram, I know Jason and I usually sneak some stuff over there. Consider being a Patreon or YouTube member. I know a lot of people in here are, but we'd like to we're going to make it a little bit more where you guys get to see some cool behind the scenes content. I'm going to post some secret stuff that we've been laughing about internally for all of you guys. You can see for a Sunday video coming up. But yeah, Instagram's a good one. We usually post a lot of stuff that you don't get to see on YouTube. So just make sure to jump on our socials if you're not on there. Most people don't even know we're on Instagram, but I put a bunch of stuff on there.
Yeah,
That's all.
Cody's learning how to pole dance, and we're gonna post those videos behind the scenes.
Oh, that's exciting.
I thought we weren't going to talk. That was for OnlyFans.
That's what the mattress is for.
That's
Well,
what the
then-
match is for. In case
You
you
let
fall,
the cat out
soft
the bag.
landing. Soft landing. Where's the pole going in the barn? Sweet.
Yep. Already
All right.
there.
Already
All right.
there.
Let's around the room. Any closing comments before we close this thing?
I'll add one. Javlin Concepts plate care video comes out on Sunday. I'm going to be sneaking in a giveaway. If you're pretty studious, you can know where I've already posted the giveaway stuff. But I'm also going to be doing some secret codes to get more entries for Discord members. I'm going to be posting one you have to pay attention to, and then one for our YouTube and Patreon members too. So you'll see some other ways to have some extra active entries if you're active across Discord or our other social medias, or just being a member, so you can get a bunch more entries. We want to give you guys a big hat tip saying thanks for that. So Cook said,
Okay.
because he's like, Walsh, I've got that giveaway tab still open, waiting for the codes. I'm waiting for the video to drop, and I'll start pouring those out.
Okay, Joe, you had something?
For all my budget-minded people out there, I finally got the third upper I need for a budget series. So it's not in yet, but I bought it, so it's on its way. I'm gonna start working on that one.
Sweet. Cody's going to be installing a pole in his barn.
Uh-huh.
I got one more thing. If anybody's looking for a free mattress, let me know.
Just let me know.
You only it's
Pay to ship
free.
it.
You only pay for shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can come get it.
Yeah, so I'll close out with if you guys are into podcasts, so our Everyman's Arsenal podcast is going to be the first and third Tuesday of every month, and everywhere you listen to podcasts, so iTunes, Google Podcast, all your RSS feeds. I think I threw in an extra S there. With that, guys, we are out of here, and we will catch you next Thursday.
Later, everyone.